Mr. President.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to recommend passage of ordinance 1910.
Second. Okay, it's been moved and second. Discussion?
Full 3/4%, even though we don't need it all?
Sonny?
Yeah, I'm at this point have to say that I would be willing to support something less than a 0.75. So, you know, that's where I'm at, to take it incrementally instead of just taking everything at once. So in terms of a rollback, I wanted to see things cut first, but I understand after seeing Joe's updates, you know, where we are. And I saw your outline as well, what the different schedule looks like in terms of what the rollbacks will yield. And so I'm willing to support for now a 0.25 for a year, which would bring us approximately $700,000. Is that right, Joe?
Not the first year, but it was.
Retro.
If it was retro, you wouldn't collect it all in the first year though.
Right.
Because we have June, you're not have all your payments, yesterday's payments out.
No matter what it is,
It'll be
that's how, no matter
right.
what it is, we're not going to see it.
No matter what
Right
it is,
away.
correct, that's
Okay.
correct. No matter what it is, you won't see the whole. If you'll collect it in time, yes. But that's just fine.
And
You can get it.
the 2.5 is 0.25 on that. That's 700,000 for half a year. What would that do? First of all, when Moody's and that group looks at our capital, savings, expenses, and whatnot, what are they looking at? What's the bottom line they're looking at?
Or look at your general fund balance, policies and procedures, your debt structure, and the plans you have, you know, the plans you have to keep maintaining your balance. You know, we've told them all along that our goal, our council's goal, is to try to maintain that $3 million general fund balance, which it has been. And if we come below that, they'll say why, and we'll say, well, we've done this, that, and other thing. At that point, they'll say, well, as long as you put that into place, you know, we'll reverse a little bit probably, but as long as we have something in place to replenish that, it won't be as bad as not having it in place.
Mr. President?
Yes.
Yeah, so we can come back. And I know they look into what our actions are and what our plans are. And so I see is if we do pass something that is less than 0.75, that's, you know, we're going in the direction of being proactive. But we always can come back and monitor this and see how we're doing.
President, a constituent of mine that always reminds me that my decisions need to address whether or not this is going to make, whatever I do, is going to make Southfield a place where people want to live, want to stay, want to come. And people aren't leaving Southfield because they don't feel safe. I don't speak for people in my ward who have spoken to me. But they do feel that we're beating their pockets in one way or another, over and over and over again, and we're spending like savers. And I think a gesture, I would go for half, I would vote in favor of a 0.5%. But I think it's important to make a gesture to show our constituents that we don't look at them as bottomless pits and deep pockets. So this is why I'm asking for an incremental rollback. That I would support an incremental rollback, but not a full.
I have another perspective just to add. Sonny mentioned a 0.25, Jane 0.50. I did a little bit of work quick on the difference between a 0.75 and a 0.25 for someone making $30,000 is $12 a month. And, you know, these are the people that are fortunate enough, that are the working people in South Euclid. I've talked to a lot of people about this, and I've received emails, and I've sent, thoughts out. And I've heard a lot about the police. The expectations for the residents that I've spoken to is safety, and I was at Ruth's meeting and heard a lot about kids walking down the street, police response time. The chief spoke up about that, and again, I think the difference, there's going to be some residents that aren't going to be happy at all when we take the road back away. But again, the difference in $30,000 between going to 0.25 or doing the 0.75 is $12 a month. If you're making $50,000 a year, it's $20 additional a month, which, everybody's making cuts in different things, and that is for the betterment of the city and the safety, and you're going to get people that aren't going to be happy with it. You're going to be people that are going to be happy that the services are staying intact, and again, I'm just looking at the differences month by month, and it's less if you go, it's only $6 a month if you go from 0.5 to 0.25, 0.75. So I think it's a very minimal difference in the month per person.
What we are, if those projections do change, we can come back. We can go, the argument can be made that we could reduce it. So the argument can go both ways.
It can't, I'm sorry, it can't. In the meantime, people are paying estimated tax increases, and when you talk about the good of the city, and I want to address this, that's balanced by as well our residents. And if people are struggling to pay their bills, and there's a question of them paying $12 maybe is small to our colleague, but somebody who can't afford to put gas in the car or feed a baby, guess what? $12 a month is a lot of money. So I don't think any of these are painless. That's my hope is if we increment it, maybe something might change. Maybe we can balance something someplace else. Maybe there'll be, the money coming in from the taxes from the new employees of TransDigm. So I don't know if doing all of it now is painless, because they're going to pay that in estimated taxes beginning immediately, and that's a couple $100 more than if we do 0.25, and maybe something will change when they don't have to be spending this money every month. And it's easier for us maybe to say it's $12 or $50, but for some people in our city, that's a lot. And I don't think we can overlook what our residents are dealing with right now. They're losing jobs, they're on unemployment. It's bad. So it's a balance. I see it as a balance. Yes, our city needs this, but so our residents need this. And I think if we start a little low and move our way, at least it's not going to be pay 100%, because we'll never be able to pay that back to them. And they pay it now. If we do it the other way, that's not going to go back into their pocket. It might be a tax credit. So that's all the only point I'm making is a balance in the end.
All right. So we have a motion on the floor to accept, or we have an recommend passage of
Ordinance 19-10.
19-10. And, all right, roll call.
I'll go. Goodman,
There's nobody's working with that.
No.
Who made the motion? You made the motion?
I made the motion in a second.
And you're not going to comment?
Unless the person who seconded it wants to, right now.
Based on the information that Joe has and the state, I'm not willing to rescind my second. Yes.
Rocio,
Aye.
Goodman,